I open a Wall Street Journal today. I get that newspaper along with some others every morning delivered to me. And the headline is Wall Street Journal warning investors about 2023. I mean, you know, the American economy is so shaky right now because of poor leadership. And I'm not just talking about Joe Biden. The Republicans are having a hell of a time nominating a speaker in the House. I mean, McCarthy may or may not get it. I think he will ultimately, but it's a mess. There's no leadership in this country, no elected leadership. And it's just hurting everything. But the Biden administration is really beyond the pale, and that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. So it's about respecting American citizens. That's what it's about. And most people don't look at it that way. We, the people, have to be respected by the people we elect to try to make the country or the state or your county better. But in the process, we can't be disrespected, and that's what's happening. Let me give you some examples. So over the break on December 30th, Biden signed the $1.7 trillion omnibus spending bill. Okay? This elevates Biden's spending to $6.3 trillion in his first 2 years. Far and away the most money ever spent by a federal government. Number two is Barack Obama, who spent $2.8 million in his first 2 years. So that was the record, $2.8 trillion in 2 years, and now the record's $6.3 trillion. And you can see how out of control Biden is. He doesn't care about the repercussions of spending money you don't have, inflating the currency, devaluating the American dollar. He doesn't understand it. It's way beyond his capacity to understand. And his progressive cadres who run him want all of this because it might collapse the American economy, and therefore the government would step in and run everything, which is what the progressive socialists want. So there is a method to their madness. They want the private economy, the marketplace, the capitalistic system to crash and burn so it can be replaced with big federal government socialism. What they want is clear to anyone who's a thinking individual. So this $6.3 trillion omnibus spending bill was supported by a bunch of Republicans. All right, and the Republicans said, well, we want the defense spending, $800 billion in the bill, and so we will hold our nose and vote for it, even though we don't like some of the other stuff. And we're talking the usual suspects: Susan Collins of Maine, Tom Cotton of Arkansas actually voted for this, and he's very conservative. Lindsey Graham voted for it. Lisa Murkowski of Alaska, of course. Mitt Romney, of course. All these people, all these Republicans voted for it. And all the Democrats, they vote a block now. They don't care how much money, because in the progressive circles, this is a good thing. It's a good thing. All right, but it's disrespectful to the working class people because we have to pay more taxes. You can't just spend in 2 years $6.3 trillion. Okay? That wasn't on the ledger before Biden got elected. If Trump had won, this wouldn't even be discussed. Okay? You can't just spend $6.3 trillion without raising taxes on everybody who works. Now, they'll do it in different ways that disguise it, but the working class people, in addition to paying inflationary prices on everything, are going to have to pay more taxes on everything. Everything you buy, everything you need, everything you use. It's really disrespectful. $31 trillion in debt right now. That doesn't mean anything to anybody. You go out and you say, wow, that $31 trillion debt is upsetting me. People look like you're insane. What do they care? It's just on paper, but it's really not. It exists. And the United States is to pay the interest on the debt. So if you buy savings bonds and hundreds of millions of people all over the world do, you get interest payments from the U.S. government. That stacks up the debt. I mean, it's just, Anyway, I would not have voted for this bill. And I'm not voting for it on an ideological basis or against it. It's just not a good bill. And let me give you some examples. So $2.6 billion allocated for U.S. attorneys to continue the prosecutions of January 6th. You already got 900 people indicted. And you need 2.6 billion more? No. Enough. It's been 2 years. You got your 900. That's it. Shut it down. Have those people adjudicated, and that's it. 11.3 billion to the FBI. No, the FBI is corrupt. We're not giving them a penny more until their leadership changes. Just that alone, I don't vote for this bill. Okay? 1.6 billion to U.S. Customs and Border Protection to transport migrants here illegally anywhere they want to go. No. I mean, are you getting this now? How insane this is? All right? And then a pilot program to aid illegal aliens who are going to be deported to give them attorneys. That's part of that 1.6 billion. No. I don't want my tax money going to lawyers to defend these people. They're not American citizens. No border wall, of course. That's Biden. All right. 200 million for Gender Equity and Equality Action Fund. No. And you know where that fund is? In Pakistan. Gender Equity and Equality in Pakistan. We're supposed to pay 200 million. No. 286 million for Planned Parenthood and other like-minded groups. No. Let them raise private money. 2 million for a museum in Baltimore, National Great Blacks in Wax. No. You want a museum? Raise the funds. 3.6 million for the Michelle Obama jogging trail in Georgia. No. Let Michelle Obama, if she wants a jogging trail there, she could pay for it. I mean, they have hundreds of millions of dollars, see Obama. 3 million for a LGBTQ museum. No. Raise it privately. So all of that is in the omnibus bill. And I'm sitting here going, why would any honest American who respects the taxpayer vote for that bill?
Bill O'Reilly is back on TV and only on The First. No Spin News, every weeknight at 8 p.m. Eastern, only on The First.